Before we begin today's session, on behalf of my entire team, thank you for clicking on this video and choosing to spend this time with us. Our goal is simple: to share practical knowledge, deep understanding, and wisdom that, when applied, can truly transform your life. So, the favor that I ask of you, don't just watch. Please engage. Stay with us until the end. Invite someone else to watch with you and share this video to so many other people that they can benefit from what you're about to be blessed with. And when you are done, please drop your thoughts, drop your take and your comments in the comment section, and we would truly love to hear your perspective. If this content indeed adds value to your life, please give it a like, and that's how you push it to many other people. Lastly, consider subscribing. We are aiming to build a community of people, like-minded individuals who are committed to purposeful living meaningful lives, and we would love for you to be part of it. So let's go together. Thank you once again, and let's dive into today's session. Be blessed. Today, I want to share with you something very important, that once you understand this, you will move from glory to glory, as the Bible says. You will move from stages to stages, from grace to grace, from knowledge to knowledge, and you will not necessarily desire to remain in the same place. The title for this message is this: How to Leave Your Comfort Zone. How to leave your comfort zone. That is my message to you today. Listen, I bless God for the kind of mentees that He has given me. I am a mentor to quite a number of mentees, and one of the greatest things that I have had to deal with them is their ability to leave their comfort zone. You will, in this video, we are going to talk, what does that even mean? What is your comfort zone? How do you know that I am in comfort zone? You also know from this video, why do people stay in their comfort zone? And then lastly, why you should leave your comfort zone, and then how you should leave your comfort zone. So stick till the end. Don't leave halfway. Stick till the end, and let's be edified together. Listen, one thing that I want to mention to you is this: comfort is not always bad. Let me just start by that. Comfort is not always bad. Nobody hates comfort. We all desire an environment where you are happy, where you are relaxed, where you are comfortable, where you know what is next. Your environment is predictable. Comfort zone becomes a problem when now it limits growth. It limits expansion. It limits moving from one level to another. It locks your confidence level. Listen, every single person desires to grow. Every single person desires to expand. Every single person desires to become better. That is the fact. We have that inherently in us. God has deposited in each and every one of us His nature. What is His nature? The nature of desiring good things, desiring better, desiring expansion, desiring to grow, desiring to see things in its fruition, things becoming good. But now, one of the main limitation and one of the main hindrance to attaining all of those good things is you staying in your comfort zone. If you desire and if you love staying in your comfort zone, you are limiting your own growth. You are limiting your own level of confidence. You are limiting the growth of your own skills. Very important. Now, you even be surprised. What is comfort zone? Let me tell you what is comfort zone, and I have a definition here for you. The definition of a comfort zone is this that I have. This is my definition. It's a mental, emotional, and behavioral space where life feels safe. It is familiar, and it is predictable. Listen, nobody hates that. I love it. I love to get to a point where I know what is the next move and what will be the outcome. I know this is what I've been always doing, and nothing will change. The process will remain the same. I know that this is safe. There is no any change. There is no any calamity that I'm expected to occur here, because I know the process. That is good. But now the problem with that is, when you are in that environment 365 days a year, 24/7, all your lifetime, I can guarantee you today that there'll be less risk that you take, and you know, less risk, less reward. There'll be not much of growth happening in those environments. Why? Because growth involves some sort of discomfort. For you to grow, you need to expose yourself to an environment that will stress your knowledge gaps, that will stress your know-how, that will show that you have flaws here, that will show that you don't know how to do this. And that is fine. Why? Because when you expose yourself to knowledge gaps, you get to know what's wrong, and then you get to do better. If you sit in an environment where you don't take more risk, that means you are exposing yourself to an environment where you don't take any more reward. Whatever you know to get is what you get. For you to get more, you need to do more. You need to aim more. And for you to aim more, you need to expose your limit of comfort. You need to move beyond your current boundaries. So that is very important. That's what I'm saying. Comfort is not bad, but when it starts to happen in terms of fear, in terms of not taking risk, in terms of afraid of uncertainty, in terms of fearing discomfort, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And now you can't stay there. And that's why this video is how. How am I going to leave that? Now, before I share with you how, let me share with you why. Why people stay in comfort. Number one is this. People love to stay in their comfort. And why? Because they fear failure. As I mentioned, the moment you step out of what you know, your mind will tell you, this is the brain, now the mechanics of the brain. Your brain will tell you that that thing you are going to do, you have never done it before. And there's a greater chance you might fail. And I don't want you to fail. And it will tell you, don't do it. Just stop. Don't do it. You fear failure. You fear, how will people perceive me when I fail? Maybe you're a person who is addicted to approval, and you're a perfectionist. You love the feedback of others. You love the positive feedback of others in such a way that when you know this is something you have never done, you are afraid, if I do it and I fail, what will people look at me? How will people look at me? How will people say about me? What will be the feedback? So you fear failure. You fear looking foolish. You fear making mistake. You fear losing stability. You fear maybe losing friends, because you know, if I fail, my friend will not be interested in attaching themselves to me. So you have tied your performance, you have tied your life in how others will perceive you, even in how you will see yourself after failing. But I'm here to tell you this, that fear of failure is one of the greatest hindrances of success. Actually, 89% of aspiring authors don't write their books just because they fear how will their books be perceived. Can you imagine? 89, almost 90%, meaning 9 people out of 10, they have an idea in their mind. They have something they can share with the world, but they're like, people will not like my concept. People will not like my book. And that is restricting them from publishing their book. That's a very bad thing. So fear makes comfort feels like safer than growth. Where you already reside, the things you already do, they seem to be more okay than you actually growing. No, you're not knowing that when you grow, you are exposing yourself to more benefit than where you are. Very important. So many choose familiarity, familiar pain. They choose what they already know than unfamiliar growth. And that is very, very important for you to know so that you can avoid. So is there any fear that you have that restricts you from doing anything? Note it down. The second reason why people love to stay in their comfort zone is the fear of unknown. They fear of the unknown. If I grow, what will happen? Can I ask you a question? If you're a Bible scholar and you've studied anything about Abraham, God is telling Abraham, move from your father's house, go, and I will show you the land and everything. To Abraham, that was so unknown. I'm going to a land that I don't know. I am told to go somewhere. I have no idea where is that. Most of us would have said, oh no. And that is why you would hear people telling young people that move from your nation, move from the nation you were born from. Why? Because it is something that will stretch you out. You will get to an environment that is new, people who are new, culture that is new. You are automatically extended once you just do that single decision of moving from a nation. Moving from your country is automatically extending. Now, I'm not saying you should move, but I'm saying there are things that may seem to be unknown. You don't know what to look like. We don't know what to be the outcome. We don't know how will I deceive. You don't know what to be the nature. You don't know whether it will work, it won't work. You don't know about anything. You don't know how will I be deceived by the side that I'm going to. But you need to have the capacity and the ability to know that for me to actually attain more ground, for me to actually attain more exposure, there is a need for me to do things I've never done before. And so be it. Whatever I encounter there, I would have learned from it. Very important. Growth require moving before certainty exists. Before you know what you need, is going to happen, you move. And that's where growth happens. Listen, there will be no David who killed Goliath if David would have stayed in the caves or if David would have run away. He only believed in God and God is going to help me here, but he didn't know anything. He didn't know that I am going to just throw a stone and kill this guy. He didn't know how that fight is going to end. Yes, he believed knowing that today I'm going to cut your head. It is fine. It is fair. From a spiritual perspective, that is true. But from a flesh perspective, he had his questions like, that guy. But he didn't let that limit his decision. I am going to face this guy despite of what he's going to do. But I know for sure that God is going to give me victory. It's very important to know that the fear of unknown should not cut you, restrict you from pursuing that which you hear in your spirit and you know you are called to do. Very, very important. You cannot discover new possibility while maintaining old environment. That's the truth. How do you know that this is the land that I'm giving you if you still attach yourself to the land of your father? An example of Abraham. I'm taking back there that God is saying move. And you say, no, I'm used to this land, God. This is the land that I know. My father's boundaries is here to here. This is our space. How do you know that there's a land called Canaan that God has promised for you? That God wants you to inherit for your children. Yes, this is the land of your father. But where is your land? If you're waiting for an inheritance, fair, that's for you. But where is the land? The land that God has for you is the land that you will acquire once you move from the known to the unknown. Very important that your ability to say, no, I know this, but I'll move past this and move to the unknown land is exposing new possibility, is giving you new perspective, is giving you a picture. And this is what we speak here every single day in this channel, that you are supposed to attain new perspectives. You're supposed to change your thinking. You're supposed to elevate the way you see things. And how do you elevate the way you see things if you attach yourself to an old environment? You will not be able to see new things. And I listened to this mighty man of God. He was saying things about exposure. He's saying there are things a man will never be able to dream with the kind level of exposure he has. With the kind level of exposure you have, you will only be able to dream based on your environment. Based on whatever is in your surrounding, you say, I want to sell water bottle. I want to sell ice cream. I want to sell chocolate. You want to sell whatever is in your immediate environment because that is what you see. But the moment you stretch yourself, let me move and see what other people are doing, you get to see new ideas, you get to see new perspective, you get to see new things, and the new world opens for you, and you get to do new things. So very important. The fear of the unknown should not restrict you from pursuing that which God has called you to do. Very important. Number 3 reason why people remain where they are stuck or where seems comfortable to them is attachment to an old identity. If you know anything about this channel, it's identity. Day in, day out. Why you care about your identity. We know once your identity is solidified, you are able to attain so many things. Now, an attachment to an old identity. This is something that you need to sit by yourself. Nobody will be able to do this for you. This you do yourself, where you sit down and you ask yourself, who do I see myself as right now? Who do I believe I am right now? Right now, as you're listening to me, your homework is to go and do this exercise. Who do I believe I am? What do I believe I can achieve? What do I believe I can attain? What is that I believe I can earn? What is my capacity? What is my kind environment? How do I perceive people? How do I see people? How do I see people? How do I perceive myself? How is my level of esteem? You are doing a thorough examination of who you are. And I'll give you here for benefit. SWOT analysis. Go do SWOT analysis. Go do strength. Go do weaknesses. Look at your opportunities and look at your threats. Very important. Now, the key important of understanding yourself is look at your strength and look at your weaknesses. S and W. Study you. Study yourself. Now, once you study yourself, the next goal is, how can I extend my capacity? How can I extend my limits? How can I move where I am able to attain? If your level of confidence is to talk to 10 people, ask yourself, how can I be able to talk to 20 people? That is expansion. Now, the problem and the reason why people stick to their comfort zone is because they are attached to who they are right now. Once you know who you are, you don't want to move faster. You are saying, no, it is what it is. The thing that I'm able to do right now, I will only do those. Fine, it's okay. If that's you have to choose. Why? Because you'll never be able to get better. You'll never be able to expand your level of influence, your sphere of influence. You'll never be able to do that. Why? Because you have been comfortable with what you've been able to achieve right now. So very important. What are your old habits? What are your old routines? What are your old labels? What do you call yourself to be? What are your old environment? Who are the people you are surrounding yourself day in, day out? What is the place where you used to go everywhere or you are going everywhere? What are your old relationships? Now, this can restrict you from pursuing greater things because you're afraid. What will my friends say? If I do something new, my friend will be surprised. They will wonder. Old relationship, you're afraid of losing your relationship. You're afraid of losing your environment. Maybe the habit that you do right now seems to be beneficial to you. You love it. But now that is restricting you. So very important. Your old identity will resist your future identity. Whatever God has in store for you will be limited by what you are. If you don't take a step of faith to move to where God is calling you to, you will not be able to attain the future version of you. You just need to be able to say, no, enough is enough. I'm moving past my current me and I'm attaining that which God has for me. Very, very important. Before new is born, an old you must die, and an old you will fight to kill the birth and the images of the new you. That's very, very important. As I was preparing for this sermon, that came in my mind and I wrote it down. Before a new you is born, an old you must die, and an old you will fight to kill the birth and the images of the new one. Or the new you. What do I mean by that? What I mean is this. Think of this for a moment. You are going to the gym to do exercises. You are exercising at the gym. Good stuff. What do you need? You need to be stronger. You need to be healthier. You need to be fit. You need to be excellent. You need to have a good look. That's good. That's a new version of you. Now, as you start exercising, an old you will start to give you pain. You feel the body aches, like, hey, my muscle hurts. And if you listen to an old version of you, that new you will never emerge. Why? Because an old you is trying to suffocate the emergence of the new you. And unless you can force yourself with too much discipline and too much consistency, and your why becomes too much important, that this why I will pursue it, then you can break free. Very important. Sometimes your greatest battle is not with failure, but it is what seems familiar with you. You're not even necessarily afraid of how people will feel or will see. You are afraid that whatever I have right now, I will lose it if I try to aim for something new. Like if I leave my country now, my friends, my relationship, my parents, my everything, I'm going to leave this behind. So I'm going to leave. Very important. Now, very, very important. Now, whatever I say there, change it. That will be how. The practical way is to leave that. That is why you stay. But how? Same thing. If you have a problem with failure, Redefine failure. Very important. Start small. Do small steps. Do what you can do. Start small, but start. Very important. Change your environment. Just force yourself to say, no, I will change my environment. I will grow in a different environment. If my friends are not necessarily causing a growth, start reducing the amount of time you spend with them. The people that you have, how much have they helped you to become a better version of who you are? Very important. Sometimes environment rewards comfort and punish pain. The people that you have, whenever you do something with, they say, you will fail. That is not possible. You just need to change friends if that's your environment. That whenever you do something excellent, they will laugh at you rather than supporting you. You have wrong friends. Period. Your friends should be supporting you. And I've realized that in my own life, I've learned that most of the time, your friends will never be able to support you. They will never support you. Hear this from me. It will be random people. God will bring them just some new people to support you. So have that as a reason that my friends might not necessarily support me, but God will raise people to support me. Very important. Now, one important thing is this. Normalize discomfort. This is life. You need to expand. You need to increase. You need to grow. There is no growth that has no pain. For a butterfly to come out as a butterfly, I don't want to talk about that, but you know, if you did biology even in your early school, it passes through stages, eggs and stuff, until it comes to butterfly. Coming out of that shell involves pain. A snake to grow, it must come out of that shell. Important. So normalize discomfort. Things that are not known, it is fine to not know. That is how you become better, because you learn now to become better. One very important thing is this: stop seeking perfection. In my own life, I had to learn this, that perfection is something that I should not seek. Why? Because perfection is the killer of vision. It's a killer of establishment. It's a killer of goals. It's a killer of purpose. It's a killer of anything you can name. And by the way, perfection is a result of low self-esteem. Let that think. Perfection is a result of low self-esteem. Anybody who says, I love perfectionism, I'm a perfectionist, I don't know what's the word. It means they have low self-esteem. Simple. Why do I say that? This is my belief. I say that because a person who loves perfection is a person who hates negative comment. It's a person who is afraid what will others say if they find flaws. It's a person who think of themselves so highly in such a way that whatever they want to put out, they want people to say excellent. Not even themselves. It is for others. Because if you're okay with your own output, just give it out. And then you will improve as you go. Very important. I want to give you another example about forms, but I'll share that another time. That just do it. Release it. Sing it. Create it. Establish it. Just publish it. And then you will improve it as you go. Very, very important. Lastly, redefine your failure. Redefine your failure. What do you understand failure is? And whatever is the definition, twist. I said it. Failure is nothing else but a data collection. It gives you more wisdom. Gives you more wisdom. Gives you more understanding. So do it. If you fail, you get to know what you should avoid next time. Listen, I want you to move past your environment. I want you to elevate your thinking. I want you to become the new you. As the podcast says, I want you to become a new you. New perspective, new way of thinking, new way of seeing things, new way of doing things. And you cannot attain that if you desire and if you remain in your comfort zone. This is a message as a wake-up call for you to move past where you're used to. Take more risk, take more activity, expand your environment, challenge yourself to new things. And I hope this video has blessed you. Until we see each other another time, God bless you and shalom. Thank you for watching.